Okay, hello and welcome back to our Dragon Age Origins playthrough. Elven racist Meredith. Just resume. Holy crap. Everything happened at the same time here. Just want to see if my stream is up. Okay, it does seem like it is up. Alright. So we need to get stuff.
Is the Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
Why do you want to know?
I want to go with you. Keeper Meredith probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
Alright, come with us.
Good. I'll follow you, just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Alright. If the keeper doesn't approve, I do. Simple as that. Pile of sacks. Sacks of wisdom. Apparently not. The city of the elves.
Shemlin was a Grey Warden. They are supposed to be great warriors.
So you have returned to us, Dalen. We are grateful you're whole and well.
The Shemlin are responsible for this.
The Shemlan, eh? And I suppose the Shemlan dragged you into that cave, twisted your arms to prevent you from coming to tell the Keeper of it first.
It was all Tamlin's fault.
Tamlin's idea, huh? And you've no mind of your own. I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
What do you mean? I know exactly what he means. We're part of the free elves. We keep their culture, whatever.
Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Certainly.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Yes, let's blame the humans. Long ago we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Really, why? Maybe because they were condemning people to eternal damnation. Hello Siri, how are you? Then the humans declared war.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
Glad to hear it, Siri. Yeah, it's been a while. I've had many difficulties finding a schedule for the stream, but I think I finally done it. At least for the remainder of this year. You don't like this game? Really? Why? I love it. One of the best games I've ever played. We chose wandering instead of submitting.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elven have a homeland once more.
And we shall return to the old ways of human sacrifice.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elven, and never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
Ah, generic fantasy. Alright. You know what? Before this game, I only played another BioWare game. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So I don't know, BioWare tends to recycle the way they make games, but since I hadn't seen it before, it seemed very interesting to me, very new. Alright. Did elves ever live in the caves?
I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlin, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
And I really like the roleplays I've been able to do in Dragon Age games. My mage supremacist, my elven racists. That's very very interesting to me. I have a lot of fun. What do you know what the dogs?
Only that they eat living flesh and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
Tell me about the Grey Warden.
The one who brought you back? Very little. He seemed decent enough as humans go. As for Grey Wardens, they're heroes without a doubt. Members of our own clan joined their ranks in ages past.
Yeah, you're quite right, Siri. The difficulty varies wildly. Because they have a mishmash of scenarios. Sometimes you lose your party, sometimes you lose your items, sometimes you encounter a very high enemy at a very low level. I am sure I'm going to die again, sooner rather than later, and I will have to restart as a tank. I've never beaten this game, and actually have never played the game with any other class except mage. Tell me more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Really, people don't like to hear that. Do you think we will ever find another homeland?
we can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
Really? So he actually wants cooperation, huh? What happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish?
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them Flat Ears, but they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
Interesting, you know. So Flat Ears are non-Dalish elves, not humans. Humans are Shemlen. I need to remember. I thought he was talking about reuniting humans and elves, but it was actually forest elves and city elves. The player goes rogue, and then you have a mage, a healer, and a tank. A mage, healer, and a tank. Or a... Okay. No, a mage, a healer, and a tank. I usually play the games as the mage, but I've played mages in Dragon Age all my life, so I decided to try something different. But yeah, that's what I did on my previous playthrough. I was the mage, a mix of control and healing. I had Alistair and I think Leliana with me, plus Morrigan. I think that was it. I would need to watch the odds to actually know. It has been like 5 years. I suspect it's impossible to hit the game on Nightmare without a mage. Because if you cannot heal people, or especially the tank during combat while they are incapacitated, I think you will die. But we shall see. This roleplay would prevent me from having a mage in the party, because I hate mages. So why would I hang out with mages? I will try to do that. We shall see. I know for sure in Inquisition you cannot win the game without a mage, because you only have 8 potions. That's impossible. Really, you played with no healer? Yeah, in this game you could, because you have a lot of potions. You could have hundreds of health potions, and healing wouldn't be that much of a factor. But I think in Dragon Age 3 you can only use 8. Why do they shame allow us to exist if they hate us?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure. And we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
Alright. Do no books record our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
Yeah, I will have to struggle with that. I think I will have to accommodate a mage in my party, but I will treat them like shit. It's impossible for me not to have a mage if I want to hit the game on Nightmare. I think if I go too hard, if I lose too much, I think on hard I could do it without a mage, but on nightmare it seems highly unlikely. Tell me about Arlathan.
Ah, yes. The
We shall
lost city.
see.
Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
Then why did we lose? Alright, thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
No.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Yeah. Okay, an elf woman.
Thank the creators. We were sure we'd lose you last night.
Not possible to pick. Alright. I need to find the vendor. They only have copper while we are Dalish. We are really freaking poor. There was a book. Or is this mythical book? The history of Ferelden, the Orlesian occupation. Yeah. I actually read most of the Dragon Age books back in the day. Alright, we shall sort out the inventory later. The Halla. Fen Rael. That's actually the Dread Wolf, isn't it? Soulless.
It is begun.
The statue dedicated to the Elven Wolf god, yeah. The Trickster. But yeah, my other roleplay is actually the complete opposite of this one. It's a mage that wants to revive the Tevinter Imperium. So he hates the elves, just like the Tevinter of old did. Wants to see them as enslaved or exterminated. This playthrough is the opposite. We want to restore the old Elven Empire, except we hate all mages. Because the mages of old failed the Elven people. And the human mages enslaved them. Elgaran, the Elven god. Okay, that goes too fast. But we need all the experience we can get. Hunter, Elven woman, Junar and Paul. Interesting. Arlathan Part 2.
As you say.
Dalish armor. Let's talk to these dudes. I think they are bugged. Alright.
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
Yes. You're not Dalish, are you?
That obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
No, they are lies spread by the humans. Let's see if there is an option. Let's go with 4. You have nothing to worry about, Paul.
Thank you. The clan has been very kind and welcoming. I never expected it to be like this.
I'm training Paul. He'll have to learn how to handle that bow quickly.
It was good to meet you. Perhaps I'll get to hunt with you someday.
Let's see, let's talk. I've never been to a Shemlin city. What's it like?
You've never been to a city? Surely you've at least visited a town.
We occasionally trade with the Shemlin in small villages, but only a few in the clan can undertake that task.
I can't imagine never having seen a city. It's crowded, with buildings all squeezed together. There are people everywhere, and it always stinks.
And elves live with the Shemlin.
Only if they're servants. Most of us live in a part of the city called an alienage, separated from the humans by walls. That's where all the poorest folk live. Laborers, dockhands, and thieves. And that's if you're lucky.
Okay. Do elves from the city learn to fight or shoot?
Andraste's mercy, no. No one is allowed to walk around with any weapon. Fighting just gets you arrested. And I've never had to leave the city before. Much less learn how to hunt.
Need to forget about Andraste, boy. Why did you leave?
I got into trouble for stealing. I'm not a thief. We just never really had a choice. Mother was a maid, and I was lucky if I could get work at the docks. You make a living however you can, right? When Mother died, I got drunk and was caught picking a guard's pocket. They were going to hang me, but I escaped and, well, here I am.
Okay. Sometimes we must take what we need.
I'll do my best to adjust and fit in. I never dreamed you'd be so welcoming. I thought at best you might hide me for a bit. I'm glad I was wrong.
We here city elves don't know what it means to be Elven.
Well, back in the city we hear the same about you.
Ah,
Stories about Dalish bandits attacking people for no reason.
We would never resort to banditry.
I'm just saying that's what we hear. And it's elves who say these things too, not humans.
they just don't know the truth.
Even if they did, I honestly don't think most of them would want to leave. Wandering and hunting doesn't sound like much of a life.
At least they would live as free men, and as equals.
Maybe. But to most elves I know, the only difference between them and humans is how much coin they have. Coin is the great equalizer, not living free.
You know what? I wonder if there are rich elves. I don't think I've ever seen one. An Elven noble or an Elven merchant. I will keep an eye for that.
Of course. I hope to see you again.
I think the richest elf would probably be this dude. The bisexual dude. What's his name? I forget.
Very well.
June. Craftsmanship. Elen, let's talk to him, I guess.
I'm glad you've recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
I don't want bows. Let's see, I don't think I will persuade him. I don't have any persuasion. Could I ask you for a bow as well, master?
One of my own crafting, perhaps?
Yes. Ha! He actually gave it to me.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
Nice. Why would you give away your father's bow?
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the Way of the Wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
Yeah, Siri, I've played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Andromeda I haven't. And I've beaten them. Did I beat them in no death playthroughs? I would have to watch my bots. But I've beaten them for sure. No, I haven't beaten them in a no death playthrough, no, never. But I will. I still have a copy of Dragon Age 1. Not Dragon Age. Dragon Age 1 and Mass Effect 1. Those did not get erased by Origin. I had them on Steam. Tell me the story of your father's battle.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shimlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
And on Mass Effect I played a human supremacist. But you know what? I never pushed that roleplay to its limit. Once I play again Mass Effect 1, I will go full bigot, completely racist against aliens. I will treat every alien like shit, because I did not do that in my previous playthroughs. I was more of a scheming guy, so I treated some like I needed to obtain shit, and others I did treat like shit. But this time around I will treat everyone like garbage. Ha! Serves the humans right, let them fear us.
The ensuing battle went well for us. That day, we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
Okay. Well, he already told us why he gives stuff away, because stuff belongs to the clan, not to individuals. We're communists here. May I see your craft, Master Ilman?
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Except he does charge, I guess, a discount maybe. Alright, let's see what we can get. Maybe a better... What? I don't even have 10 silver, Jesus. That's hilarious. So poor. Alright, let's gather the party first. And then we shall see what we sell and what we keep. What is Meredith? You didn't enjoy the Mass Effect 3? I actually did, I think. The mother of the Hala.
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered.
Yeah, did I dislike Mass Effect 3? No, I don't think so. It was very similar to Mass Effect 2. And I disliked the ending quite a bit. Yeah, I do know what happened to Los. I'll tell you in a bit. Give me a second. How are the Hala faring, Marin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
I won't allow that to happen.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
Well, I guess this woman has never heard a brood mother. That's a nasty sound. The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
Well, what happened was basically he ran out of games to play. 5 years ago, he started playing this very game, Dragon Age 1, with his Chantry loyalist. And he got all the way to the first act of Dragon Age 2 before discovering Inquisition had made Cassandra Pendergast a very ugly woman. Plus, he discovered no heterosexual love interest was good looking in his eyes. So he quit then. Afterwards he came back and played Deus Ex Divinity Original Sin, and when he was playing Divinity Original Sin there was a viewer that was called like Princess whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Princess something. And he thought that person was a woman.
Very well.
So, because in Divinity Original Sin you could go with multiplayer, he decided to give this person the opportunity to join his stream. So turns out Princess whatever was actually a man, and he freaked out and quit again. After that, he came back again, I think 3 years ago, and he played a bunch of Obsidian games, because in the Obsidian forums, he got banned from the BioWare forums, but in the Obsidian forums he actually was allowed to speak his mind. So he came back and played this game. What's the game called? Path of Eternity? Something like that. Pillars of Eternity. I also played that game. He played Pillars of Eternity, but it had no voice acting, and I kind of agree with him. I find it very difficult to play a game with no voice acting. So he eventually killed himself.
So good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
And finally, that time he also... So when he gave up on Pillars of Eternity, he decided to start the Witcher series, The Witcher. So he played Witcher 1 again, Witcher 2 again, but on Witcher 3 he found out that once Geralt had recovered his memory, he didn't want to fuck every single woman that he found in every village, and he quit. That's the last game he played, I think. Witcher 3. I think he may play Cyberpunk if he doesn't go insane because it has fluid genders. He might play Cyberpunk next year. Actually, if you go to his page, Twitch page, he posted like a month ago something about that very same topic. Alright. Aneth Ara Ashil, good to see you.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
He is missing, that's all we know.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
Let me address that in a second, Siri, because I have a long story on that. You have never spoken of my parents, Ashale?
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
I know what's going on. She's going to tell me humans killed my parents. I'm sure. I've never played this before. This is all new for me. I've never played any origin other than a dwarven noble and a mage. But I'm betting she's going to tell me humans killed my parents. Don't we daily strive to learn from our past?
You've much to do tonight with Tamlin still missing. I will tell you another time.
Persuasion fail. I'm sure my parents got killed by humans. So, back 15 years ago, I discovered Vampire the Masquerade. And I actually played tabletop Vampire the Masquerade for 6 months. I really enjoyed that, and I discovered Vampire the Masquerade tabletop because I saw Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines come. That was the very first RPG I played. When I was very young, I only played consoles. I never played an RPG. I would say a true RPG. And that's Mary, let's avoid her for the moment. That was the very first PC RPG I played, Bloodlines. And I love the Bloodlines lore. On tabletop I actually played as a Ventru. I liked Ventru the best. And I hope I can get that game, yeah. And I hope my PC doesn't die on me. Right now it's working okay, but a month ago the GPU was all but dead. I truly don't understand how my GPU can completely disappear from my PC and then reappear and work fine. It's complete nonsense. You played a Toreador on tabletop. The Toreador.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Okay, she's a mage, so we need to treat her with disrespect. Fenarel is coming with us, whether you like it or not.
That depends on the Keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
I say he comes.
I'm not making the Keeper angry with us for putting him in danger. Go ask her first.
Nah, let's lie. I did ask. She's fine with it.
What? I don't believe you. Are you trying to get me into trouble with the Keeper?
I should decide whether I'm willing to risk it or not.
Go tell the Keeper that, then.
Ah, fuck. Alright, we'll do that. Really, you're more excited? I have not seen how let me say, as long as the gameplay of Bloodlines 2 is similar to Bloodlines 1, I think it shouldn't be... It should be a great game if they keep the same way they did role-playing in the old Bloodlines. That was the true beauty of that game. The dialogue, the intricate story. Alright, let's see what we can get and sell the rest.
Back again?
And we talk to the keeper, see if we can convince her of letting us take this dude.
Of course. Take whatever you need.
I guess I will need to put points into coercion. Alright, we have too many woes. Let's sell the worst. Damage 5, damage 5.5, so let's sell this. How do I sell it? Alright. Ah, that's a lot of coin. Brigand's bow. Really, 16 gold. A great sword. Okay, let's skip it. Daggers. Daggers are for me. What class is this guy? He's a warrior. What does he have? He has a sword. A dagger? Really? What are his talents? Is he he is an archer, okay. A warrior archer. Yeah, I do remember it being a woggy mess back in 2004, Bloodlines. The gameplay was subpar, but the role-playing was superb. Really something that I don't think has been, especially a Malkavian playthrough. I don't think anyone has been able to top that. That was crazy stuff. All the effort they put on Malkavians. I might play as a Malkavian if it's possible. I don't know if Malkavian is a playable class in the new one. But yeah, I'll definitely try to stream that game if possible. Alright, so this dude is an archer.
Ah, back again? Of course. Take whatever you need.
So we have an archer and a mage. Alright. Jesus. Alright, let's see what he sells. Poultices. Really, at 1 silver? That's cheap. It's my all. Lesser injury kits. Let's buy them. Can I? Already poor. Alright, I've never been big on oils, and really, a flask is 1 silver. That's too bad. I need to get someone that sells cheaper flasks. Alright. Do I have herbalism? Guess I do, don't I? Yeah. And poultices are... Okay, let's buy 3 flasks. They cost the same as the potion itself, but...
Ah, back again? Of course. Take whatever you need.
I'm going to take everything I can. I'm not going to risk death. Alright. How much money do I have? 20 silver. Can I buy anything decent for 20 silver? 7 damage. Okay, that's a dagger. What's that? A long sword. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? What? How much damage does this do? The edge. But it requires 26 dexterity. Jesus. What about this? 6 damage. 7 damage. Is it worth it? Spending 17? What? Silver. That guy's ripping me off. 17 silver for something that costs 4? No. What? Yeah. He's ripping me off. Okay. Is this armor better? It is definitely better. Alright, let's equip that one. The lovely art of equipping stuff. I really love it. Alright. Journeyman Rune. Alright. Okay, let's craft this. This dude. Let's wait and see if the keeper gives me permission to take his ass with me. But yeah, I might play a Malkavian if that's not possible. I always wanted to a Tremere playthrough. We shall see. I always figure out roleplay eventually.
I see you have not left with Meryl yet. Is there something you need?
I want to bring Fenarel.
Fenarel? Are you certain? I'm already putting Meryl at risk. I don't want to lose you too.
I want to help, Keeper. If we can find Tamlin, it's worth the risk.
Very well, then. You have my permission. And thank you for asking for it.
Alright. You know what? I don't think I've explored this way. Let's go. Yeah, I am actually very used to playing mages. So that's why I kind of want to play a Tremere. But yeah, when I played Bloodlines, I went for Ventru. I think melee Ventru. Alright, let's convince this woman. Let me save. I haven't saved for the whole time. Malkavian will be on Bloodlines too. Okay, so I think I will try a Malkavian. Maybe I will go play I still have my copy of the old game. Or maybe my sister has one. I could ask her. Yeah, second playthrough. I usually don't play games more than once. But I know enough about yeah, I understand why, because the Malkavian Madness Network gives you insight you only understand after the fact. So on a second playthrough you could get the hints and actually understand what the hell is going on. But I would prefer to go blind. That would be interesting as well. Actually experiencing the insanity the first time around, as you would if you were an actual Malkavian. Alright, let's sort this dude out. he has something that does more damage, has more range, gives him rapid aim. Okay, I think that's good. Is this a single arrow? I think it is, isn't it? Pretty sure. Let him use it. Let me see. Belladonna. Should I switch this? I think I should. I haven't seen a single critical yet. So I guess it doesn't matter. I can sell these daggers. I will. And the short bow, I guess. Okay. Let's see. A helm, why not? I would very much prefer he be a tank. And I don't think I cannot give him this. Jesus. Because if he's not the tank, then I will be a tank, and that won't work. I think I will get killed super fast. Ah, you're again limited to swords in Bloodlines 2 with the Nosferatu. Well, that would certainly make the game somewhat easier from a no-death perspective. Well, maybe easier and hard at the same time. Let's see, I'll let him be an archer for the moment. Alright, let's sell those. Let's sell those items and see if I can buy anything else, and we are going to fight.
Ah, back again? Of course. Take whatever you need.
Alright. Let's sell the daggers. I will keep this one just in case. $24. Can I buy anything good? I guess I could buy this, but it's too expensive. Jesus, the clan shield. You know what? Let's buy this. I will turn him into a tank, even if he's an archer. Alright, I think that's it. So, let's take away his bow. Let's put... You know what? Let's give him this shit. Nah, he's not going to do any damage anyway. So let's give him that and the shield. Well, he will be a decent enough tank, I think. Alright. Tactics, self-activate. Precise striking, why not? Enemy target using melee attack. No. Enemy attacking paying party member attack, yeah. Good. Let's fetch the mage and let's go. Yeah, the problem with the Nosferatu is if you go outside and police see you, they go insane and hunt you down.
You're back. Are you ready to go now?
Okay, let's see if we can disrespect by asking this. How much of our lore do you truly know?
Less than I'd like to. I know some of our old magic, as the Keeper does, and I'll know about these relics if I see them. The Keeper isn't sending me to collect anything, however. We're worried about Tamlin.
Yeah, just hide until the alarm goes off. The alert, I mean. But that's putting you on a dangerous situation the whole game. But you know what? I could try a Nosferatu. I have no problems with that. It would make for an interesting playthrough. I would need to see their abilities. Alright, let's get out.
What about Fenrirel? You didn't think I'd notice him?
We asked. The Keeper has given her leave.
And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Alright, time to fight and see if I die. Let's look at her. What magic does she have? The magics. Flaming weapons. Arcane bolt. What's this? Flame blast. The caster hands her up with a cone of flame inflicting fire damage. Friendly fire potion. Great. So I don't think I will use that. What's this? Weakness. Caster drains the target of energy, inflicting penalties to attack and defense. Okay. That's easy actually. So, sell... what? Okay. Arcane Bolt. Dealing moderate spirit damage. Alright, I know what to do. Tactics. Nearest visual Arcane Bolt now. Enemy attacking party member, main party member. Enemy. What is it? Status? No. Class? No. Rank? That's it. Elite or higher. Weakness. And self any. Usability. No. Activate mode flaming weapons. Save. Let's see if that actually works. I don't think it did. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I do think I need a mage. I just treat them like shit. Dark Spoon! Ah, fuck.
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
This is on the PC. I actually don't own any consoles. You're asking me?
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
I think I would have noticed.
Let's move on and hope we don't meet any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
Stop fussing over me.
You do look quite pale now that Meryl's mentioned it.
What are you implying?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Let's go.
Interesting. I don't remember anything like that happening. Getting sick in the other... Alright, whatever. Friendly fire, yeah. You play isometric. I've never gotten into the isometric stuff. It's rather difficult to...
I shall do it.
To what? I wish they had more tactics options. Yeah. I need at least one tactic to heal. Maybe you know what? Maybe I should. Nah, but not for these dudes. Let's go. Yeah, this one tactic has to be heal yourself on 25% life. Or something like that. What? I'm going back. I did play originally on consoles, I think. Back when these games came out, I had an Xbox 360. So I played Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age
I wonder
2.
whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
I don't think so. No, that wasn't here. It is fresh.
The Grey Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps this is his camp. If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
Already spooked. I don't hear anything.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Careful, I don't like this.
It seems whatever you woke up inside that cave has spread outside. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
I think we're going to die, if you ask me. Save? I cannot save. We're in combat, apparently. Ah, Jesus, more darkspawn. Okay, attack, you fuck. Great. These wimpy tanks. Hilarious. So you play a lot of old school RPGs, Siri? Back in the day I never played Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale. I've seen many playthroughs, but I've never actually done a full playthrough myself. Ah, you did. How do I switch weapons? I think it's with this. That's not going to work. Yeah. Let's make this one that. Let me switch that control. Switch weapons. Let's make it this. Alright. Planescape Torment. I've never played that. I don't think I have. I think I have seen it. That's the game where you talk to ginormous flying skull, isn't it? Ah, you gifted it to me and I must have it on GOG. Did I play it? Maybe I did play it and I just don't remember anymore. Okay, this is too close quarters. I think it's better to
So
go
these are the
melee.
ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
It's just like Arcanum. I was trying to play Arcanum a few days ago and it wouldn't run. I don't know why. It crashed, it made my computer slow, it stuttered. It's crazy. Don't talk like that, you know.
You're right. We should explore farther before I go on about my fears. I'm sorry.
You don't know anything, Marion. Witch. Alright. You're just a witch. You know what? Do I have that option to pause at the start of combat? You know what? I think I need that. I am going to pause at the start of combat. I may need to pause anyway during combat. Yeah, I only play games when I stream. I don't play games outside of streaming. I think that's good to create aggro or make him attack. Look at that creature, nice. Okay, let's run to it. I guess having Meredith on my party justifies later on having mages in my party. Could just see it as a necessary evil. But now let's get that out of the way, that's too annoying. You just have to accept mages are going to be around. Okay, let's look at the map. I'm going to the central area. So yeah, let's go through this passage. Attack! Hilarious. Ah, shit. I always forget to use that stunning ability. You know what? Let me change this stuff. Enemy target of party member. Main character. I think that's better. Enemy target of party member. Main character. Alright. I think that's much better. think I can open this.
Very well.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I don't know if it's Windows 10. Back when I had Windows 8.5, at 8.1, I could play those games. Now that I have Windows 10, I cannot. Ah, shit, a mage. Let's get to a mage. Ah, fuck, let's stun his ass then. What? Okay. Alright, I need more stunning abilities. Mages need to be stunned.
Very well.
Ooh, I almost got killed.
It shall be done.
That's not good. But yeah, I'm not going to waste my poultices on this stuff. Ah, that's horrendous. Oh jeez, that D&D magic. That's really obnoxious. I hate it. You have to sleep, you have to learn these spells, you have to put it in this spell book. You can only use it once every 24 hours. Holy shit, that makes playing a wizard such a bothersome exercise. 26 dexterity. What? Okay. Momentum. Is this a sustained? Character has learned to carry out one attack through time. I think that sounds good. Actually. This is for next turn, definitely. Alright. So let's get 18 dexterity. And let's increase constitution, I guess. And now I can get this. This is activated? Yeah, it's activated. That means I gain 3 points. Next level I won't be able, but if I put 3 points next level, I get to 21 and next I get to 24. Yeah, okay, I guess that's okay. Maybe I shouldn't put points in Constitution, since I will get them anyway from items. Maybe I should do Cunning instead. We shall see. I think I can respec anyway later. Yeah, you know what? I don't need actual base points on Constitution. Let's dump in Dexterity and Cunning. I'll get Constitution from items then. Because I only need for combat, not for abilities. 3 and 24, that's okay. Alright. Let's get this one. So next level I get this. And level 5 I get this. I actually don't know if that's a good idea, but it seems like the way to go. One tactic is locked and acquired. Now, let's say enemy class. What is the class? And now let's say self health below 25. Drink a health potion. Why not? What is Flurry sustained? Guess not. Okay. 3, let's put this on 4. It's far easier for me to press. Alright. Really? Mages can be overpowered in late game D&D? I've never been able to stomach getting that high level in D&D. I just don't like that way of making magic mechanics. I guess we'll have to fight more. Or maybe I will. Yeah.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
Yeah, copying and pasting tabletop rules to PC games, that's not a good idea. It's a good baseline, but you have to be more creative than that. I don't know you, human, nor do I owe you anything.
Even if you didn't owe this human your life, a Grey Warden deserves respect.
She owes me nothing. It was my duty to return an injured Dalish to your clan. Your people have always been allies with the Grey Wardens.
An understanding human, how nice for you.
My name is Duncan, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andaran Atishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
And I am Fenarel. Did you come here alone, human? Battling all those creatures?
Yes, though I must admit you took a great deal of pressure off me. Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
We're not in the habit of rescuing humans.
It's a good thing I don't return that feeling, wouldn't you say? So, you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
Let's answer with a question like a true jackass. Have you found some trace of Tamlin?
No, nor do I think I will. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
Okay, the Winter artifact, we need to destroy it.
I agree. So long as the mirror exists, it is a threat to anyone nearby.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
I don't know if I believe you, human.
Confirm it with your keeper later if you like. For now, we must deal with the mirror. It is a danger.
Demon time, I guess. Not.
It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
What about Tamlin? Now let's see. Yeah, what about Tamlin?
There is nothing we can do.
I'm not leaving until I find him.
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
Really? 3 days, huh? Amazing. JRPGs, yeah, they are very consistent. They have a way of implementing turn-based combat that's actually quite exciting, I guess. But I've never considered them true RPGs. They are RPGs in a mechanical way, but not in a true role-playing way. You cannot role-play in an JRPG other than combat, I guess. That's why I've never actually liked JRPGs. But my brother does. He loved the Final Fantasies. I'm not ready to give up the search just yet.
If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
Then wait outside. I'll be out when I'm ready.
As you wish. I will see you back at camp.
Yeah, the Shemlin. Shemlin! Alright. Let's explore the rest of the cave. Something I've not been able to do. Aha! Strange statue. Great, we're going to fight the demon, aren't we? I wonder if I'm going to get ganged by one of those things. A revenant. Those things are awful. Alright, let's save, but I will get killed. Shit. The hell? She got killed. Holy Jesus, I need to run away. Okay. We shall see how we deal with this. There has to be a way. I can break aggro maybe. Somehow. Well, one is going to catch me. Wonder if Duncan is truly outside. What level are these things? Okay. Nothing like running away to survive a situation. That's how you need to go sometimes. I am not going to just kill myself. I will fight to the very end if I can. That was a nice ambush, I have to say. At least it wasn't a revenant. Running away from those things is barely next to impossible, I think. Where are the rest of them? It was only 3, it was more. I passed a lot more dudes, yeah. Let's see if I can pull some. Let's engage in a archery battle. I think I can win that. Okay. Another trio of assholes. Let's try to break aggro again. I think I have successfully done so.
As you say.
Let's see if I can shoot through the mirror. I don't think I can. Yeah. Alright. Alright, this is going to work. Sooner or later, I guess. Once one is done, I'll kill the other with melee, or maybe not. There is no need to risk my neck, I won't do it. Jesus. I wonder why I'm losing so much, missing so much, I mean. I should have gotten out of that ambush a lot sooner. Rather foolish of me. Yeah. Alright. Let's wait until they heal and we shall touch the statue again. I think I need to pause and select all the party members. A coward. I always play like a coward, otherwise I'll die. It's the only way. The emergence of a short-lived... But what? But short-lived trading relationship with dwarves. Okay. So what? I guess nothing happened. Interesting. Okay, let's get out. So I didn't gain nothing. It was just a test for anyone that teased good old Duncan. Okay. Whatever. Let's go. Alright, 20 more minutes and I have to go to work. Yeah, the thing is, those tactics, the cowardly tactics, those are not going to work with dragons, stuff like that. I might end up playing a mage. I have a
I'm
roleplay
relieved
for
you
that.
have returned, and I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlin? What did you find of him?
Nothing, he's gone.
I see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel, then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Galen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Why can't we discuss it now?
Because I must talk to your Keeper first. It will not take long.
Tell Haran Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
All right. And that's it. I lost all my items. What were there? Have I anything to sell? I think I do. Let's talk to the merchant.
I see you have not returned with young Tamlin. Are we to assume the worst?
I did not find him, but I don't believe he's dead.
If he is as sick as you were, I wonder. Sadly, it seems we will be leaving him behind soon, regardless. I know you and Tamlin were friends. My condolences on your loss.
I see your crafts.
Of course. Take whatever you need.
What I need is to sell stuff. These bows for sure. This dagger as well, I think. He has a lot more stuff now. That's more or less what I sold him. Jesus, everything is so expensive. Okay. Actual health bounties. We will have to move those eventually, I guess. Alright. So she said talk to the storyteller.
You'll have to learn how to handle that bow quickly.
Well, let's talk to Meryl, why not?
I wish we'd had more time to examine those artifacts. Perhaps another time, if the Keeper thinks it's wise.
Perhaps. What about you?
You bring sad news. The Harlequins sense it. They are restless and hard again.
Fenaril, you stole my stuff.
I wish we could have found Tamlin. If those creatures... Oh, I can't bear to think about that. Why do you think the Grey Warden won't tell you about this cure? It seems rather cruel to withhold it.
He will tell me soon or else.
Keeper Marithari won't let him withhold it. I say we get your cure, move the clan north, and put this all behind us.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, let's talk to these guys.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Delenn? Is he truly lost to us?
The Grey Warden says he is, but I'm not so sure.
Even if he's not, we must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
Will you prepare a service for Tamlin? Oh, isn't that accepting he's dead? I think it is. So maybe I shouldn't. I don't recognize that poem.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
Okay, so I guess we go with... Will you prepare a service for Tamlin, please?
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
But what if he's not dead?
We shall sing for him anyway, and pray he does not suffer. I ask only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
No, he's a Shemlin. He's a Shem, that's all you need to know.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the Keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
What do you know of Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh and
He
lurk in
already
underground
said
tunnels.
that.
Once in the last blight long ago, the Grey Wolf.
Okay.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Alright, let's go and talk to the Keeper then. She's going to say you're sick, you need to go in the Grey Warden. Where the hell is the Keeper? Isn't this? Yeah, Keeper Meredith. Yeah, get some bug or something. That's here. Ah, there she is.
Your Keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
Never. Me, a Grey Warden? Madness.
This is not madness, Dalen. Your survival depends on it.
The Darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Can't you just give me a cure?
The cure is only found by joining the Grey Wardens. As sole protectors against the Darkspawn, we're granted some immunity to the taint. But this is not charity. We enlist only the worthy, and you have certainly proven yourself. Should you join, it's unlikely you'll ever be able to return here.
Is the clan sending me away?
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Okay. If it is my duty, then I'll go.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like... No, I'm not going to say funeral. Can I say goodbye to the clan?
Of course. Say your farewells, then let us be off. We have much ground to cover.
Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
Yeah, the music in this game is superb, I would say. Okay, I think I'm going to stop as soon as this section that comes is over. We travel to the ruins of Ostagar.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelin, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I'm no friend of yours, human lord.
You've got yourself a lively one, Duncan. And I was beginning to think the wardens were all stodgy priests. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
Too bad the same can be said of yours.
We do sometimes seem experts at fear and treachery, but not always. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Okay, and I think that's it for today.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously.
True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
You could if you were not such a fool.
You must not speak of the king so. He is overeager, perhaps, but he is also one of the few Grey Warden allies. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean, what ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Wonderful, let's get it over with then.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Alright, now it is truly over for today. Thanks, Siri, for all your interaction with me. Always glad to have people in the chat. I don't think I've ever heard that music before. To be perfectly honest. So, see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Did I save? Yeah,